Hi, my name's Kylie and I'm Anthony's wife. I'm putting together today a tomato chutney based on the tomatoes that Anthony has grown in the aquaponics system. So basically what we need to do to start off with is sterilise our jars. So the jars are on high heat in a saucepan of boiling water with their lids, and they'll stay in there for a good half an hour or so. Okay, so while the jars are sterilising, which by the way you can do many different ways, this is just the way that I prefer to do it, we're going to measure out our tomatoes and then pop them into the blender along with the spices, vinegar, sugar, etc. So for this particular recipe we need to have 2.1 kilos. So I've got my scale over here, so I just need to weigh them all. I do take out the stalks. I'm sure they don't weigh much, but even so. Put them into the scales. By the way, as you can see, they're a fantastic size and they're very meaty, really heavy, good fruit. So pop them in here. And if you can hear in the background, that's my 3-year-old toddler. She's a bit jealous. So we pop them on there. We're up to 1.5 kilos. Okay, 1.6. Okay, 1.7. 1.8. Okay, 2 kilos. That one's not quite ready. There we go. 2.1. Well, slightly over, but that's okay. Alright. Now the fantastic thing about this variety of tomato is that it just pulls apart, like you don't even have to cut it. It's fantastic. All I'm going to do is take away the remainder of the stalk and any other blemishes that I don't want, and then pop them into the blender. I'm just very roughly removing any of the stalk that I don't want and any imperfections. As I was saying, this variety of tomato is beefsteak, and it's one of the heirloom varieties, and it's got fantastic flesh. Now this one's a little bit firmer. Still straight into the blender. I probably should say at this point too that you really shouldn't be preparing food with jewellery on, but because this chutney is for my family and I've washed my hands, I'm not too worried about it. But if you are preparing food for the elderly or pregnant women or anyone who's vulnerable, you should actually remove all your jewellery, nails cut short, hair pulled back. Okay, now if we have a look in here, we've got a lovely full canister of tomatoes, and we're going to, as Jamie Oliver says, we're going to wazz it up and add in our spices. You'll also need 4 cloves of garlic. I've got a rather large one and a smaller one, whatever. It all works. So we just crush it and then remove as much of the peel as you can. If you've got a garlic press, you could use that as well, whatever you prefer. So now we need 2 cups of white sugar. Next part, we need 2.5 cups of apple cider vinegar. Now I'm actually going to stop there because I'm not going to be able to get it all in without making a gigantic mess. So I've still got a cup in here and I need another half a cup. So we'll pop the lid on. Okay, so we just need to mush it all up basically. Okay, so now all we need to do is put it into a very large saucepan. That's really good. Okay. Add the remainder of the apple cider vinegar just because it wouldn't fit in my machine, so that part, and we needed another half cup. 2 tablespoons of curry powder. Oh, I think we're running a bit short of curry powder. Okay, just give that a stir through. Okay, so as you can see, it is quite fine. Some people like their chutney much chunkier. That's because I use the food processor. If you'd rather cut it all by hand, go for it, but it's going to take you a lot longer. I don't mind having it a little bit on the finer side. You could also process it for less time than what I did if you wanted to. So now you just need to add some freshly ground black pepper. Add as much as you want to. We like ours with a little bit of kick, so I am going to put a fair bit in. Okay, and then some salt. I use Himalayan rock salt, but feel free to use whatever salt you want. Just give that a stir through. Smells delicious. Okay, so all you need to add now is a cup of sultanas. I haven't done the shopping, so we have no sultanas. You could also put in some very finely chopped cooked apple, but I'm just going to go as it is. I've made it before without adding the fruit and it's been fine. You need to pop this onto a medium-low heat on your stove. Cook it for about 10 minutes, bring to the boil, then reduce and let it simmer for around about an hour until it starts to thicken up. And then you'll be able to put it into your sterilised jars.